starting this video at the end instead of the start. This is actually the end of the Ashby Canal, Snarestone Wharf, and literally can't go any further. The Ashby Canal is hoping to go all the way to Ashby de la Zouch at some point. Right now it doesn't, so this is where we are. We spent a lovely night here last night. Very quiet. Very rainy and lightning and thunder, but other than that, beautiful spot. Winded, on our way back down the Ashby. It's not a very long canal. It only has taken us two and a bit days of cruising to get to the end of it, and they weren't very long days. Lots of people miss it altogether because there are shallow patches which put some people off, but we so far haven't encountered any problems. Snarestone Tunnel, which is the only tunnel on the Ashby. Locks, no swing bridges, and only one tunnel. As always, it's very hard to see the end until you're just about in it. But note, that's looking clear. to an amber rain warning that we thought was here for yesterday. It actually moved off us the night before, but we decided to stay anyway. Only a little bit of rain. It's not great for some other parts who are seeing some flooding this morning and some high river levels. I have to say Market Bosworth is looking pretty lovely this morning. Fabulous autumn weather. And we continue on our way down the Ashby. Some people get put off the Ashby because people talk about it being quite shallow and it being difficult to moor, but it's not. It's just that you moor at mooring spots, that's all. But there are some absolutely beautiful mooring spots, like this one here, out to the countryside. The beauty of not having many locks to do, or any locks to do, the Ashby's lock free, is that I can come in here and make some tea. Tea break, or rather our coffee break. Now it's a quick stop at the services. This is actually a really nice mooring as well. There's a little wharf down there on the offside that you can moor at out in the countryside. Sutton Wharf not only services and a great mooring, but you've also got a cafe. According to my husband, one of the cleanest L sands he's seen on the system. We've said that about both of the ones we've tried on the Ashby now. Just generally a very well maintained canal. Love this place not just because it's got the services and the wharf, but because it's actually out of town, so it's kind of just here for boaters and walkers and cyclists. Very nice. Trying really hard to get all of our ducks in a row, but those last two are just not playing ball. Before we get going for the day. This was our mooring for last night. It's quite a nice one, just on the outskirts of Hinckley. Takes a little bit of planning or a little bit of thought to find the right mooring. Firstly, you've got to pick somewhere that you feel safe, which for me is either in a town with other boats, or out of town, somewhere where there's not too much towpath traffic, or not too much access to the town. We also like to prefer to be on either rings or nappy pins, so that's often a consideration. And yesterday's consideration, we'd pulled in somewhere that seemed quite good and got settled in and started having lunch, and then realised that the internet was awful and not really a factor for me, but definitely a factor for Gary. So we moved on another hour until we found slightly better internet. So yeah, mooring takes a little bit of thought. Not really sure where we're heading to today. We'll be heading off the Ashby. It's not a very long canal, unfortunately, and then heading south on the Coventry, and probably today even turning on to the North Oxford. So 3 canals in one day. What more can you ask for? Very nearly at the end of the Ashby. We are being blessed with some blue skies this morning. Forecast rain this afternoon, so been a few boats underway. Bridge number 1 on the Ashby. And then coming up to the Junction. Man on the bridge helping us out, letting us know that there's nothing coming. Just doing a quick check for ourselves. All good. And just like that, we are back on the Coventry Canal, going that way. Obviously needing to do a bit of a wide turn. It's a more than 90-degree turn actually, so a bit of a wind. You can see the angle now that we had to come out at. Junction this morning. Stayed here a couple of nights. There was another amber rain warning last night, or for yesterday, so we thought we'd stay put. And now we're just filling up with water, emptying Elsan, and we'll be on our way off the Coventry and onto the Oxford, which feels a little bit weird because we're nowhere near Oxford, but it's the North Oxford, so we'll be turning just up there.
Junction of the Oxford and the Coventry. Done a 180. I came up here, went under the bridge, turned right the way round, and we're now in the Oxford
year in about February, I think, there was a major landslide into the canal just here. You can see the towpath still closed off. It took them quite a few months to reopen the navigation due to the difficulty of getting the equipment down here to stabilise everything and scoop out the canal. So you can see the works that they've had to do. Section being shored up. It is a beautiful cutting. Saw on the map that there was a tunnel coming up, but from a distance it just looked like a bridge. It's not a very long tunnel, the Newbold tunnel. 250 yards apparently. It has a towpath. Don't forget to sound your horn. Rugby. People had warned us it was going to be hard to find a mooring, and they were right. Quite a lot of moorings concentrated around one spot, but lots and lots of boats there. So couldn't find a gap there, but kept going a bit further and had a lovely quiet mooring actually, out just on the edge of town really. Beautiful autumn day. So we're getting in some cruising while we can. Sometimes bridges have no numbers on them at all and you're not really sure. I don't think there's any mistake in this one. Just finished the Hill Morton locks. They were quite nice actually. Apparently they're the busiest locks on the system according to the board back there. Moored up for the day. We're not too far from Braunston actually, from the Junction where we go back on the Grand Union. And this is the end of this video, so it's been a journey of 3 different canals, and we've hoped you've enjoyed it. Harry's watching his videos on YouTube. I'm doing some cross stitch. And the fire's going. What more can you want?